What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back, finally, to Madden 20 and to the Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on the channel. That is right. It has been far too long since we've had a video on Madden 20 and on specifically the Chicago Bears, my most successful series of all time. This Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft Series, we made it 10 years. We made it a full decade, winning 9 out of 10 Super Bowl trophies, 9 out of 10 Lombardis. Every one of our players is Hall of Fame worthy. Matt Nagy is a Hall of Fame coach. We're a Hall of Fame owner. And we are in the off season of season number 10, headed into season number 11. That is right. With all the hype of Madden 21 building, and it's coming out in a couple of months, I just figured, you know what, we might as well capitalize on the hype and bring some Madden content back to the channel. Not just reaction videos, but actual Madden 20 gameplay. And why not bring back my most successful series of all time, with the first video of this series getting over 6,000 views. I cannot describe in words how appreciative and how thankful I am to all the people that have watched that video and stuff. So I just want to say thank you for that. And oh baby, we are here. We are in the season number 11. We are about to be in season number 11 here, and my controller is freaking out. Let's do this. Let's check the squad. There has been some changes. I did play a little bit of the off season after I recorded that last episode, and that's where I've gotten to where I am right now. Yes, you see that right. You remember how in every off season I tried to get Reggie White and it never worked. Well, it finally did. 10 years after he came into the league, the Jets were finally ready to move on from Reggie White. He's 30 years old now. He wasn't performing to what they wanted, so they decided to trade him over to me. And you can also see the same situation with Isaiah Simmons. That is right. We have finally gotten the two people that I have wanted for so long in this series. The final two pieces of the puzzle to make this series complete is Reggie White and Isaiah Simmons. And I did move, you may notice I moved Isaiah Simmons to outside linebacker from strong safety, which is what he comes into in the league in this draft class, or in the draft class that somebody made. Well, I moved him to outside linebacker because we were struggling with our depth at outside linebacker, and Owen Pappoe is a fine linebacker. I'm not disappointed in him, or I'm not replacing him at all. When I was looking through what we needed, we have Jamal Adams, we have Troy Polamalu, we have Sean Taylor, and we have Daxton Hill, so we don't need any safeties. But linebackers, we don't need any middle linebackers, we don't need any right outside linebackers. But left outside linebacker, we had Owen Pappoe and we had Michael Divinity Jr. And Michael Divinity Jr. was only a 74 or 75, something like that. He was in the mid-70s. So I was like, you know what? If we can get rid of Divinity Jr. and replace him with Isaiah Simmons, who's kind of like a hybrid player, then that would be beautiful. So that's what I did. I changed him to outside linebacker. He didn't change in overall because he's a beast. And so that is what the two changes that I made. But we still have the draft. We still have free agency. We have a ton of stuff to get through. This is a special one-off, maybe not a one-off, depending on how well it goes over, video of Madden 20 Chicago Bears series, episode number 76, I think, 75? Somewhere in the high 70s is where this video will land. It's definitely my longest series. It's my most successful series, and we're bringing it back for a little bit here. Let's advance 1 week of the off season. We've got free agents here. Let's sign some free agents. if we have any money. I don't even know if we have any money. We don't really need any free agents, to be honest. We have Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning as our quarterbacks. We've got Ken Stabler, Mark Brunell, Matt Hasselbeck, Ken Anderson, Joe Theismann, Vinny Testaverde, Baker Mayfield, Dylan McCaffrey, Spencer Rattler, who we let go. We didn't want to sign him. Maybe we could bring back Spencer Rattler as a little bit of a cheaper deal. What's he looking like here? He's looking at $14.5 million. You know what? We can bump that. We can bump those numbers up and give him a straight $15 million deal. We might as well. We'll bring him back as our third string guy. Not too bad. J.K. Dobbins is somebody that I would like to have on the squad. You know what? Let's see if we can bring in J.K. I'd only like to bring him on a 2-year deal because we don't really need him. Let's see if we can get him on 5.5. There we go, 5.5 million. Nobody's offering him anything, so we should be able to get him. Wide receivers, Parrish Burney, Frank Ladson, Ahmad Stoudemire, Tylan Wallace, Melvin Hartwell. No one really worth note, and we don't really need any wide receivers. We have stacked wide receivers right now, so what do we got here? We got Clay Beard, who's 85 overall. We don't need any tight ends. We don't need a left tackle. We don't need a left guard. We don't need... Actually, we could do with a better backup center. Is there anybody better? I mean, this guy's only 2 overalls higher, and he's 1 year younger, so we might as well just stay with our backup. Backup right guard we could do with, but there's not really anybody here I would prefer to be a backup. Backup right tackle we don't really need. We don't really need one. Left end, we probably could do with a better left end. 61 overall. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put. I think we're putting. What's his face over there? So maybe we should just get one just in case. Danielle Hunter's 34. You know what? Let's bring in Danielle Hunter for cheap. We can get him on the cheap because nobody's offering him a contract. And we only need him for 1 year, really, until we can look at the market and see what we got. Actually, Rashawn Gary, you know what? If we can get Rashawn Gary even cheaper, that might be better. If we can get him for like 1.5, maybe? Let's see what he says to that. He may not even accept that. So we may get both. We may get just Danielle Hunter. Who knows? We don't need any defensive tackles. We don't need any right ends. We are good on those. Left outside linebacker, we just got Isaiah Simmons, so we don't really need another left outside linebacker. We're fine with that. Middle linebacker, we are good. There's not really anybody there I would go for anyway. Right outside linebacker, we are also good. This free agent class a little bit sparse. Not really anybody here that I would spend a lot of money on. Nobody here on corners. We don't need any corners either. Free safety, we don't need any free safeties. And he's from Ohio State, right? Brandon White? Yeah. And then strong safeties, we don't need any strong safeties either. Justin Tucker is getting a little bit old. He's 39 years old in this save right now. That's pretty crazy. 39 years old, still going strong. Our punter is doing just fine. He's only 26, so he'll be with us forever. I think that's good enough to move on now. Let's go to free agency number 2. All right, let's do a little bit of scouting. I don't know if I've done any scouting yet. No, it doesn't look like I have. We don't really need anything, though. I guess we could go with defense. I mean, we could probably scout some linebackers. See if they've got anything for us. Anything good here? Yeah, Daniel Ackerman looks pretty decent. These linebackers look pretty garbage, honestly. Let's scout some linemen as well. All right, tackle. A center. We may need a center. All right, so the centers look decent, not anything special. But now we can go and see. We got Danielle Hunter. That's cool. We got J.K. Dobbins. And we got Spencer Rattler back on a cheaper deal than what we would have had to offer him as a contract renewal. So let's check negotiations. All we have is Rashawn Gary, but we don't need him anymore because we have Danielle Hunter, so we will withdraw that offer, and now we can just continue simulating probably up until the draft. All right, let's scout a couple more. Let's scout a couple more linemen just to be safe. We may be able to move some linemen over, switch positions and stuff with them. All right, let's just finish off these guys, and then we can simulate to free agency number 4. All right, we might as well scout these guys, see what they're looking like, just in case we want to take one of them as trade bait, maybe. Ooh, the number 1 running back on the board is not looking that good. All right, so we should be at the 2029 NFL Draft. That'll be the next scene you see. All right, I forgot about the free agency recap, so we can take a little bit of a look at that and see what we got going on. League signings: Ken Stabler signs with the Giants, Testaverde with the Chiefs, Baker Mayfield to the Giants, so they got 2 quarterbacks in this draft. Haynes King goes to the Bills. The guy that I'm not going to pronounce his name goes to the Dolphins. Dylan McCaffrey to the Browns. Anybody crazy good? Not really. That's about it. But now we have the NFL Draft. Start drafting. We are going to pause because we have pick 11, so we're going to view the draft board real quick. I just want to see scouted. We can go to the guys that we've scouted so far. We're probably going to take a lineman or a linebacker or something. So, I forgot about Eddie George. I made Eddie George. I forgot about that. We're going to take Eddie George. It's a good thing I looked. Excuse me. It's a good thing I looked because that would have been bad. DeMarcus King goes number 1 overall to the Saints. Eddie George still there. Dolphins take Emmanuel Marsh. Not a good pick. Raiders take Eric Arkin, cornerback from NC State. Pretty decent. All right, so we're here. Pick number 11. Eddie George is still on the board, so we're going to make our selection here, and we are going to take Eddie George because that's what we do. Eddie George, draft player. He is hidden potential. He's ranked number 1. He's 79 overall already. Eddie George looking very nice. I did not make him crazy good, just to let you know. And now we have pick 21 in the second round, so I'll skip to that. Next user pick. All right, so now we're here with our next pick. We have pick 21 in the second round. So let's take a look at the players. We don't really need anybody, honestly. Anybody scouted here? Who's the best of what we scouted? These guys all look pretty trash. This guy's projected 3rd round, but he's a 2nd round talent. What's he look like? He's not really good at anything. What about this guy? He's 1st, 2nd. This guy looks the best out of all the guys we have left. I'll take Case Stambler and see what he's looking like. He's a good pick. He's got normal development. That's not good. 68 overall. He's going to be... he's just going to be a guy. All right, now I'll skip probably the rest of the draft because there's nobody else that we really need to take. So I'll see you guys in the next scene before the draft. Or after the draft, I should say. All right, we're back here. We have a little bit of draft recap. We can check and see who we took. Let's go to the Bears. We're already on the Bears. So we took these 2 guys, Eddie George and Case Stambler. We knew about them. But we've also got Tanner Price, middle linebacker, who is 52 overall. I'm sorry, buddy, but you are just not even close to good enough. Stuart Morris, 59 overall. Not going to be good enough. Sorry about your luck. Keyshawn Emerson, definitely not good enough. Goodbye. See you later. Don't let the door hit you. Roberto Espinoza is a 58 overall. He's not good enough. Sorry about your luck. And Chris Berlin, 60 overall, the best one that we drafted. And no. Bye-bye. So we'll just keep Case Stambler and Eddie George for right now. But we may need to go to adjust roster. And we may need to change his position depending on he's a left tackle. I could use a left or a right guard, so I'm going to change him to right guard so that he can be the backup there. Right guard, he was a 68 when we drafted him at left tackle. What does he turn into as a right guard? He turns into a 69 overall as a right guard. Okay, beautiful. So maybe he'll grow a little bit and then he'll be a good backup. But that looks like it's going to be the end of the offseason. Now, at this point, should we... Oh, I'm going to simulate to the regular season. But should we simulate to the first and play the first game of the regular season like we used to? I don't know. That's the question. But I'll catch you guys at the beginning of the regular season. I'll see you guys there. All right, we're back here in the start of week number 1, the start of the 2029 season, and I'll show you what I've done during the preseason. I just made the usual cuts and stuff, but I do want to show you the practice squad because I moved a couple of players down there that we had to, I didn't want to cut. So I moved CJ Stroud down to the practice squad. I moved Eddie George down to the practice squad. And I moved Stambler, whatever his name is. I forget his name. Was it Chris or it's Case? Okay, excuse me. So I moved Stroud, I moved George, and I moved Case Stambler down to the practice squad for this season. That is if we are going to play the practice squad this season, or if we're going to play this season. And I had to cut the players to get down to the 53-man roster. Let's set the season goal just in case, which is make it to the Super Bowl like always. But I think that is going to be the end of this little one-off video unless you guys want to see more of it. I don't know. We could check free agency, see what we got moving in there, moving and shaking. We got, let's go to people that aren't on the practice squad already. Practice squad eligible. We've got some horrible people. Practice squad ineligible. How about that? Is there anybody 75 overall Taylor Denman in the free agent pool? That's crazy. Anybody decent? 77 overall Devin Poe, left tackle. Mike Kaysen, 78 overall right tackle. Wow. All right. I see him out here. How old is that guy? He is 25. Angel Preston. Sign Angel Preston to the roster because he is fantastically underrated at 78 overall and 25 years old. He could definitely be a solid backup for us, but we just need to find somebody to get rid of. Let's go to the line. We have Prince Tega Wanogo, excuse me. He's 30 years old at 80 overall. This dude is 5 years younger and only 2 overall less. So maybe we could pull a little bit as a switcheroo and trade him like we usually do. The little bit of a juice tactics right here. We could pull some juice tactics. Trade Prince Tega. Anybody wanted? The Bengals want him and the Broncos want him, right? Yeah, the Broncos. What are the Bengals willing to offer? Are they willing to offer a second-round pick for Prince Tega? They are. We probably could have got a first-round pick, honestly. But we just got a second-round pick from the Bengals for Prince Tega. And we got a younger and slightly worse, but he probably will be better by the end of the season, backup right tackle. And a second-round pick. So that is going to be the end of this episode. If you guys want to see more, if you want to see me play against the Bears in season number 11, then you need to make sure to hit that like button and tell me down below in the comments if you want to see me play play out the season and continue this crazy dynasty that we've built here, this fantastic empire here in Chicago that we've built. And let me know down in the comment section below also if you want who you want to see me play as in Madden 21. For the Legends, because we're going to do a Legends series in that one. So do you want to... I've already been thinking about maybe the Bills, because I want to do an AFC team since we've done an NFC team in Madden 20. I want to do an AFC team in Madden 21. So do you want to see me play as maybe the Bills or maybe the... I don't know. I'm trying to think of AFC teams, because I want to do a team like the Bears that were very successful back in the day. They've kind of been on a slump for a past couple of decades maybe. So, I mean, teams like that, like the Bills made it to 4 straight Super Bowls back in the 90s, but didn't win any of them. So maybe the Bills are definitely a front runner, but maybe we could be, I don't know, like the Jaguars, who've never had a Super Bowl and never even been to a Super Bowl. Or maybe we could take the Titans, who made it to an AFC Championship game just this past season in real life. So they really haven't done much. They made it to a Super Bowl back in like 2001 or something or 2000, I think it was. But because the Patriots won in 2001, so they made it back in 2000. But they really haven't had much success. Or we could go for like the Jets, who have been on a slump for decades, really. So just let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to be. I'm leaning more towards the Bills. That's probably who I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do the Bills. But let me know your feedback. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this little special off-season edition of the Madden 21, or Madden 20, excuse me. I got Madden 21 on the brain. Madden 20 Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on the channel. It's been amazing to look back and see what we've done over the past 10 years on this save. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you hit that like button on the video, hit the notification bell and the subscription button down below. And I'll see you guys possibly in the next one. See ya!